Hi Pisces, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that the past few weeks have been awesome for you. And this is a general reading that could benefit any sun, moon, or rising Pisces sign. And so hopefully something will resonate here with you, but we can look to the cards to get a sense of the energies and insights and messages from Divine Source or the universe. Messages can we gain for just a couple more, almost there. Square these up. To see what you have, and you know, it's a lot thematically. It's about work and finances and security. Some things on your mind. So we start with the King of Pentacles. And this King of Pentacles is someone who is a master of his element. This is someone who demonstrates great leadership, great business acumen, and the ability to do well with finances. And that can go to, you know, organizing a company and keeping everything going straight with payroll and taxes and such, or generating business, to taking care of your own house, your own financial house. Make sure that your taxes are filed on time, making sure that you're putting a little bit in the savings account. But this is a sense of very practical energy and grounded energy, and someone very smart and successful with how they approach their career and how they approach money. So for you, this is something to be mindful, perhaps, of a focus, is taking a look at your financial plan, seeing what you can, how you can save a little bit more, perhaps, you know, what you could sell, what you can, you know, maneuver to improve your situation. But with this King, this is a very fair energy, someone who is judicious and, you know, listens to all sides. It's just someone, I think, very approachable. So this could also represent someone within your office, within your home, but it's really a sense of really understanding how to make finances work and career, and to, you know, just someone who is very successful in business. That's really what you think of the King of Pentacles. The other thing with this King of Pentacles is that there's a sense of enjoying the abundance and the material possessions that they've been able to earn. So through their hard work and through their focus, you know, they've been able to amass, you know, objects that bring them pleasure, or, you know, money in the bank. And he's not, you know, you can see he's finely dressed. He has all his things there with him. He's got his pentacle. He's got abundance of earth in the back. And so it's a sense of also, you know, you derive pleasure from the things that you're able to purchase and the things that you're able to save for. The only thing to be mindful of is don't let that become your only focus, because you have to also think about spirituality, you have to think about service to others. And when you flip to the extreme of too much materialism and too much, you know, I need to get more and more and more, you know, it's a never-ending circle, and it doesn't it ultimately is not a positive thing to get so stuck on materialism. Because, as you get older, you find out that I wish I'd had more experiences than more things in my house. So again, along with the King of Pentacles, we have this Three of Pentacles card. And you can see that the builder here is working on the cathedral and has two people helping or assisting or referring. You never know. They could be building inspectors, they could be owners. But this is a card that reflects diligent and talented work, skillful work. And this is one of the group cards in tarot. So really this comes down to that you're going to be working really hard. You are working with others on a common goal. You are working toward the completion of something. So this could extend to the office. You could be on a project and have a project manager and everyone's kind of overseeing everything, and maybe you're updating software or an app. This could also translate to home improvements where you're working with a contractor or working with people who are skilled, electricians, plumbers and such. So it's really the ability to communicate and to work successfully towards goals and being recognized for the good work that is happening here. And something to think about is, with all the hard work and the practical approach with the Three of Pentacles, ultimately people will learn about you and will see what good work you do. And then, it's a great way to develop business, is to enhance your reputation in the community. Because once people find someone who's really talented, they're like, hey, can I have their number? Or within a professional company, maybe another division hears about this great person in, in intellectual property or something. So there's a sense of ultimately, you will really reap the financial rewards if you continue to work hard, if you continue to be able to work with people and communicate and work towards a common goal. So more career and money focus. We have the Four of Pentacles. And in this illustration, you can see this guy is sitting on his chair, his throne. He is holding a pentacle over his heart. He's got a pentacle on his head, and he has pentacles underneath his feet, so he's really not even touching the earth. So what does this really tell you when you look at this illustration? It tells you how important the idea of having pentacles is to this person, of how important money and security and perhaps having a good job is important. So for your focus is going to be on your money, and this is often thought of as a card where you're holding on to it, that you're not willing to be risky, you're not willing to make unsound investments, that maybe you're going to be a little more careful with your money versus spending too freely. So this is about holding on, kind of keeping the status quo. Your direction and your focus, it seems like, is about finances and about security and about holding on to what you have. It's about working hard. The thing to think about, the other side of this card is being miserly and not being generous or holding on to a fault. So that's just something to think about. I think that this card in context of this reading is much more about you really focusing on money, and maybe you're working hard to save for something, maybe a vacation, maybe you need a new computer, and by Christmas you're hoping to, have the money saved by then. But there's certainly a focus here on finances. There's a focus here on trying to get some stability. Fours are about stability, and he is holding on for dear life. The one thing I always think about is looking at the pentacle on his head, and it's, is it weighing him down? Is it weighing you down? Is it too much focus on money that it's interfering with the rest of your enjoyment? Okay, so we have, along with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card of really the cycle of life, the wheel of life. And the wheel of life is always spinning. And that wheel of life is, sometimes everything is just going beautifully. And we have a lot to be thankful for. Jobs, relationships, friendships, travel, everything seems to be on top. The life in general, and what really happens is that, the wheel is spinning, and all of a sudden the wheel kind of stops or changes directions, and you kind of fall off. And you feel like your world has been turned upside down. With the wheel in this position, however, it is an indication that, you're on an upswing part of your life, that you're in a good place, and that you are, you're on top of the wheel. You just have to have the understanding that at any point, things change, and that's the random nature of life. Things can change quickly, and they can change for your benefit, or they could change to your detriment. So when you have the philosophy of understanding the wheel of life, the cycle of life, sometimes the universe is turning that wheel and sends some things your way, and you're like, what in the world? Why is this happening? But, the things that happen with the wheel of life are indicative of our experience on Earth. And, our experiences make us grow spiritually and to evolve. So things are going well within your world. It just seems that you're very focused on working hard, saving, bettering your financial foundation. And again, another Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen is amazing. This Queen of Pentacles is amazing energy. Why? Because she's loving. She's nurturing. She's so caring. But she's also got skills when it comes to handling money, handling finances. If she's in a business, she knows exactly what she's doing and is able to also, like the King of Pentacles, she enjoys the fruits of her labor. So she likes material comforts. She works hard to earn them. And here she's out in nature. This is also a card reminding you to step out, away from all of the hard work, and get outside and enjoy the abundance of nature. The abundance of lakes, fresh air, mountains, scenery, city life, cityscapes. Don't always have your head to the, your grindstone here. Get outside and enjoy. With this Queen of Pentacles, this could represent energies that you are benefiting from, or it could be someone within your circle who has these qualities. And always think of the Queen of Pentacles as someone who would be there for you whenever you called, would be nurturing to you. How are you feeling? Oh, you're under the weather. What can I do for you? Can I go to the pharmacy? Can I go to the grocery store for you? So the Queen of Pentacles brings really such a loving, deft hand in controlling your finances, running a household, honestly finding resources and making them work. Very resourceful, able to make things work for her. So, tons of pentacle energy, tons of practical, grounded approach for you. And maybe with all of the go, go, go that tend to have, and there's such wild enthusiasm, maybe in all this is a kind of a message to hunker down and really think about what's going on with your finances and your career, and how you spend money, or how you think about money. At some point we see this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, we see, looks like these boys are playfully competing, and that's always the interesting question about this card. Is this competition and cutthroat competition, or is it healthy competition that is a part of businesses? It's a part of life. It's about, mixing it up. So it can go a couple of ways. So I would say that perhaps in a business situation, you might have some opposing views from maybe teammates or people that you work with. You might be in conflict. Again, this is something that is not a big overarching theme. This is a daily event that happens to many, where maybe too many people are positioning for the lead within a meeting. Too many people are wanting to do a certain thing, and there's just disagreements and not getting along, or you're not pleased that someone else got the territory that you wanted for the sales job. But there's a sense here of competition, of competing interests, perhaps, of not working well together, and just a sense of maybe the egos are running wild. And as long as you are aware of this, and you can think about how to talk to people and how to maybe de-escalate situations, then you will be fine. But this is something is going to come up for you where there is some disagreement, or there's some jockeying for position, or there's some straight out competition. And it could be family-wise, it could be professionally, it could be within hobbies that you were hoping to, be on the pickup basketball team, but you're watching because some other better players came in. So then we have the Chariot. The Chariot has been really showing up in many of the readings. So with this charioteer, we see him driving the chariot very calmly and very cool. He's very collected and has control over the two sphinxes, the black and the white. And this really indicates that you have control over perhaps opposing views, opposing events in your life, but you're going to be able to drive through them. This is a card about success. It's a card about reaching your goals and driving through any adversity that you may have, and coming out on top. So this is self-control. It's about discipline. It's about having mastery and the smarts to be able to do this. And then ultimately, you come out on top. You reach your goal or you win. And often you think of the successful champions who get the ticker tape parade and ride through town and getting their acclaim. This is a positive card of being very focused, being very on task. You are moving, and there's movement here, swiftly moving to your goals and to completion. And it just seems, with all of the hard work and energy that you're putting in, that this is very, very true. And at a very literal level, it could simply suggest that you're getting in your car and going somewhere. We see the chariot, we think of travel. And our cars are our chariots. So at a literal level, this is, you are headed to success. Let's leave it at that. And then, very interesting, we have the Tower rounding out this card here. So the Tower always kind of causes a big gulp for people when they see it in a reading. But really, the Tower is telling us that something is going to change for you. And it's either going to be a really big shock, or perhaps it's something that maybe that you've kind of had in the back of your mind that things could be changing. This can go to relationships that end, jobs that end, finding new jobs, having to leave your home. But this is really something that shakes what might seem to shake your foundation, what may seem to really come out of the blue, and it's like, holy moly, I can't believe this is happening. And, you know, it takes some time to process the Tower. However, here's the way to look at the Tower. The Tower is kind of the universe saying that this needs to be busted up. This needs to be broken up so that it can clear the way for you to establish a better, more fulfilling, a more purposeful foundation. And really, that's the way of the universe of doing this, of saying, yeah, need some movement here. We need change, and this is going to do it for you. So I just hope that when you look at this, you think about, something could really change, but ultimately it's going to benefit you emotionally, and it's going to benefit you spiritually. Doesn't mean that you won't have tough feelings or feel sad or feel disappointed or feel regret. But, you know, that's a part of the experience, and it's about how you grow. And so this Tower is indicating that something is going to change, and it's going to clear the way for you to start a new foundation that's going to be fulfilling and fresh and probably more purposeful and appropriate within your life. So, you know, quite an interesting spread. It just seems like it's going to be productive, pragmatic, hardworking, recognition and success for your work. A little bit of competition. This could also be a little bit of jealousy of people watching you succeed. Mindfulness when it comes to your money. Thinking about it, it's on your mind. How are you going to deal with it? And enjoying what you have earned. So I'd like to pull a love card, and let's just get a sense of what's on tap for you with love. Okay, love. Action. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. So that's a great card. Take action. So if you are hoping to see someone and to date, you know, ask them out and make it not such a big deal. Let's go out for a cup of coffee. Let's go for a walk. Can you help me look for furniture or something like that? But this is saying take action. The stork isn't going to bring love to your door and drop someone on your doorstep. So you have to do the walking, you have to do the mingling, you have to do the putting yourself in position to meet people. And that's one way of taking action. And, you know, gosh, everyone is unique. Everyone has their own beautiful heart and soul. And, you know, it's a wonderful thing when the universe is able to bring people and find their match and to link them up. I mean, there's nothing more powerful in life and in love than finding your link, your person that is really just right for you. So take steps, do something to move forward if you're single, if you're in a relationship, a simple action, massaging someone's shoulders, writing a beautiful note of how grateful you are for them, telling them how much you care for them and how much they mean to you goes a long way. And when you give that love, it comes back to you. And then finally, I'd like to pull a focus card, a theme card for the month. And this is the Kyle Gray, I think, Angel Prayers Oracle. Lovely oracle deck. Unconditional love, the Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. So again, powerful message, which is everybody receives unconditional love from the universe, from Divine Source, from the Divine Mother. And you have to let it come out. You have to let it come out of your heart to others. That's why we're here. And it makes life so much more bearable and easy when you give love to others and you are kind and gentle and you expect nothing back. This is just who you are. The universe sees it and brings to you, the law of attraction, the same thing. You are magnetizing that type of experience for yourself. So in order to love others, you have to love yourself first. So take time to treat yourself well. Let yourself sleep late a little bit. Eat healthy foods. Do all the things that benefit you to put yourself in a position to have love in life. And there's a sense of go, 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 go with always on the move, always looking for adventures, and take a moment to reflect on the love in your life and how you can give more love, and it'll make life that much more sweeter. So very nice, interesting, and pragmatic spread for you. I hope that you found something here that was helpful and that resonated with you. I wish you the very best, and don't forget, it's the Great American Total Eclipse, I believe on 21st. And check it out. There's some great articles, space.com, that really talk about the path of totality, where you can see the entire eclipse. This has been, people have been waiting for this for 85 years.